thoughtful leadership that transcend boundaries and create history. I, Samrata Kaur, on behalf of Appasahe Birnale Public School, Sangli, extend a heartfelt welcome to all present here, and especially to our dignitaries and guests whose presence truly elevates this occasion. We are deeply honored to welcome our respected and dedicated principal, Sharda Khod ma'am, our compassionate coordinators, and distinguished guest Mr. Devdatta Peshkar sir and Swapna Udgaonkar ma'am. We also wholeheartedly welcome to all the students from various reputed schools and their dedicated teacher representatives. Once again, a warm welcome to one and all. Let's make this day truly inspiring and unforgettable. Leadership is not about titles, positions, or flowcharts. It's about one life influencing another. With immense pride, we welcome you all to this thought-igniting event that brings together visionaries, educators, and change makers. Before embarking on this enlightening journey, let us invoke the blessings of the divine goddess of wisdom, Ma Saraswati, with a soulful Saraswati Pujan. May her light guide our minds and words today. May I now request our dignitaries and esteemed guests to kindly join us for a spacious Saraswati Pujan and lighting of the ceremonial lamp. request all the dignitaries to please take the seat. Every grand event needs a visionary to shape it, and we are fortunate to have one. May I now invite on the stage the woman who has intricately woven today's program with excellence and elegance, our loving coordinator, Neha Joshi ma'am from secondary section.
Hello. A very good and a warm welcome to everyone present over here. Esteemed guests, respected teachers, and all my dear students. This competition, or the beginning of the competition, is little bit the tough when you see the brochure, when you see the holdings, because this competition takes you to the forum of leadership, and the young generation today needs it. Totally the competition is intellectual competition, which tells you about the international organization which play a esteemed role to run the global surface. And today we have the esteemed guests, or we are glad to have such personalities over here to judge you. So, I welcome Swapna Udgaonkar ma'am. Let us have a brief introduction about ma'am. She is MCom, Sec in Commerce, BA, and she is CA Intergroup for the first attempt. She is the head of the department of BBA section since last 13 years and have been handling all the duties efficiently. Her day-to-day administrative activities are being checked out in the BBA department. She has total teaching experience of 14 years in various institutes covering sections like BCom, BBA, BCA, MCom, including 11th and 10th, 12th, Commerce. Even she has worked in the industrial like Business Infotech Private Limited for Pune, as well as the trainer and the teaching experience in the industrial areas. So, I welcome Swapna Udgaonkar ma'am with a round of applause. The second judge for the competition is the youth and a dynamic icon, Mr. Devdatta Chandrasekhar Peshkar. He is HOD in Learning and Development Department at Jallikart Medicine Private Limited. 10 years of industrial experience in corporate training, sales and soft skill training. Almost 5,000 employees, 50 top management employees and business owners are trained under him. Nominated and recruited as the member of Board of Studies of Autonomous Wellington College, Sangli. In the category of industry expert, he is contributing in syllabus and curriculum designing for English language. We welcome you, sir. So, are you ready, participants? Yes, yes. The same energy should be there till the end of the program. Winning, losing is not the part, but the participation is important and which you have taken a chance. So I wish all the best for all the participants and thank you, esteemed judges, to show your presence over here. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. Leadership is best honored when it's recognized with humility. May I now request the dignitaries to come forward for the felicitation of our guest as a token of our love, respect and gratitude. Every great idea deserves a platform, and competitions are where young minds learn, unlearn, and evoke. To unveil the curtain to today's competition, we invite Madhuri Rajput ma'am, the head of Social Science Department, to enlighten us with the objectives and outline of the event.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning to one and all present over here, respected dais, all the esteemed educators from various schools, lovely students and participants. It gives me immense pleasure to welcome you all to this intellectually stimulating, engaging competition focused on international organizations, current affairs, quiz, debate, group discussion. A powerful blend of knowledge, expression and critical thinking. In today's globalized world, understanding international corporations, diplomacy, global challenges is not optional but very essential. Recognizing this, CBSE has laid strong emphasis on including the study of international organizations in the curriculum. This initiative aims to cultivate global awareness among students and prepare them to become informed and responsible citizens of the world. Even today's event is like the natural extension of this vision. They encourage students not just to memorize the facts, but to analyze, articulate, and engage with real-world issues. Whether it is the functioning of United Nations, global economic forums, or emerging geopolitical developments, this competition challenges to look beyond the classroom and think critically. I must say here, we started this competition last year, 2023, at school level, and where the students from 6 to 10, each and every student participated in this competition. So we decided to take this vision further under the valuable guidance of Principal Sharda Khod ma'am. And ma'am insisted that this year we should have this competition at inter-school level. So, as we proceed with rounds like quiz, debate, group discussion, let's remember, the goal is not only to win, but to learn, share, and grow together. To all the participants, may you speak with clarity, listen with empathy, and compete with integrity. I wish Safar Khoobsurat ho manzil se bhi. So let's begin this competition with a great enthusiasm. Thank you.
Thank you so much, ma'am. True leadership begins at the roots, and we are fortunate to be guided by a principal who exemplifies strength, vision, and empathy. We invite Principal Sharda Khod ma'am to address the gathering with her words of inspiration.
A very good morning to everyone. First off, I would like to thank, it's a privilege to have such a distinguished guest on our stage today. I also extend my sincere thanks to all the students and the schools, those who have graced us by participating in this event. See, we all are belonging to the board that is CBSE. And as Madam has already said, like CBSE promotes the 21st century skills. So our school also takes a lot of initiative for promoting such an innovative programs. For this month, we are having forum. Next month, we are going to have winner in mathematics quiz competition. And in August, AdMed show. All these events are actually providing you the platform where you are going to go with building your communication skills, leadership skills, critical thinking, problem solving. So I urge all the schools, those who are present here, to participate in the coming events also. A brief introduction about our school. Our school was started in 1996 under the leadership of Appasahe Birnale, and at that time, in 1996, only 4 students were present, and now we have the strength 2,630. So if you see, our school not only excels in academics, doing very well right from nursery to grade 12, having commerce and science, as well as we are flourishing with our Birnale Academy, which is providing an excellent education for NEET and JEE, along with the foundation. Now when we come across the vision of our management, it not only promotes for the education, but given equal importance for sports also. If you see our school, the moment you enter a lush green ground, which is situated in the 4 acres land. So near about 42 sporting events are introduced by our sports department, which our students are enjoying every day along with the swimming and all. So I want to just say that do your best, enjoy the event, and all the best to all the participants who have come and graced us. Thank you everyone.
The presence of stalwarts in a forum like this is both a privilege and a moment to learn. Let us now listen to the words of wisdom from our distinguished guest, Mrs. Swapna Udgaonkar ma'am, whose journey have been testimonies to authentic leadership.
Good morning, everyone. Good morning, students. Yeah, now I'm feeling that you're awake. Are you tense about the competition? I hope not. Okay. Respected Principal, Sharda Kut ma'am, Honorable Coordinators, teachers, my fellow judge, Shri Devdatta sir, dignitaries, and most importantly, the bright young minds gathered today in front of me. I'm so impressed with the format of the competition. When Neha ma'am sent me the format, I was so happy that such kind of competitions are being held, or maybe Birnale School is a pioneer in this, where they have initiated such innovative competition, and this year they have opened it for other schools also. So students, I would like to tell you that I am teaching in senior college since last 17 years, and the students who have participated at school level, we observe that they excel in senior colleges, college level, because whatever platform is being provided at school level, if you participated in that, winning, losing is a part of the competition, but the experience which you get is invaluable. You just cannot compare it, because you develop stage daring. Even if you lose, even if you have an embarrassing situation, it is okay, it is fine. It is going to be a learning experience for you. So when we say personality development, communication skills, all these words when we use, it is nothing but culmination of all these experiences which you are gathering at school level. And this is going to be extremely beneficial for you when you go further in any professional setup. So whatever field you choose in ahead, like even if you become a doctor, a businessman, a sportsman, nowadays personality and communication skills are going to play, or they are playing a very, very important role in presenting yourself wherever you go. So even if a person is a doctor, he has to have a good communication skill. So Rome was not built in a day. This is a process which you are going through, and take it in that spirit. Enjoy the process, give your 100%, and winning, losing is a part of game. Today you might win, tomorrow you might not, but it will not be that you will not get anything out of this. You will have a good learning experience, and that matters at the end of the day. So all the best. And schools like these schools, I'm really happy, ma'am, that such wonderful concepts they are bringing up, because many times it happens that students want to do a lot of things, but there is no exposure, or teachers also, they are so filled with the syllabus completion and all, but the staff, the school, under the management is doing such wonderful things for you, and you are taking a opportunity for that. And I'm sure that this is going to help you a lot today as well as in future. This will also build a sportsman spirit amongst you. Healthy competition is necessary, and this will give you a good learning experience, I'm very sure. So all the best for whatever competition rounds you are having. See to it that you understand the rules. If you don't understand, ask the coordinators. Be bold enough to ask whatever queries are there in your mind, and face the competition in a very confident manner. Thank you for having me today here. It is going to be a memorable day for me, and I really like to be among young kids, and I'm so happy to see your cheerful faces, and cheer up and compete in a very, very healthy and happy manner. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for your words of wisdom, ma'am. And now, let the brilliance begin. We declare the commencement of the World Leadership Competition, where minds will collide, ideas will collide, they will compete, and leaders will emerge. Let the forum echo with innovation, conviction, and global perspectives. I request everyone to take their seats, please.
There is a different sitting arrangement for judges as well as dignitaries. Please have a seat. Dear participants, let's begin. Are you ready? So here we begin with the first round. Let me introduce you the rules and regulations which will be followed. Please listen carefully, as it won't be possible to repeat again all the rules. So everyone, one representative contestant from each group will come front and pick up a chit which are kept in the bar. These chits consist the numbers 1 to 10, as we have 10 participants. So 1 to 10 numbers are there. The number which you get, that is your sequence. So in that sequence you are going to present your presentation. Like if the first number is of G20, then G20 will come first and they will present. Is it understood by everyone? You have 5 minutes to do the presentation. This sequence 1 to 10 will remain the same till the third round. Means as the rounds will come, you will have the same sequence till third round. The rules for presentation are as follows. A group is assigned 5 minutes to present the information about the chosen organization. You can have a PPT presentation, you can just go with oral presentation also, no issues. Candidates are allowed to use various props related to your organization, and the entire group has to come on the stage to do the presentation. Scoring points will be out of 30. So let's begin this round. One representative is requested to come forward from each group. Teachers, please assist them. The chits are kept. Let all come. Only one representative should come. Please count the number. There should be 9 representatives.
भैया
Smita, let's go there and just announce numbers as per the organization. They are going to
मैडम क्या साइड लो सुन तू
Chica. Chica, one, two, please.
Number 1, group number 1, G20. Group number 2, group number 3, BRICS. Group number 4, WTO. Group number 5, NATO. Group number 6, WHO. Group number 7, United Nations. Group number 8, UNEP. Group number 9, UNDP. Group number 10, World Bank.
G20 group is requested to come on the stage. Do you have any presentation, PPT presentation? Whether your teacher is going to operate or you will let this teacher operate?
Good morning, respected judges, teachers, and fellow participants present over here. We, the team of from Sukhmar Jaipal Magdum Foundations and led Ms. Hausabai Jaipal Magdum Public High School, Senior Secondary School from Nimshirgaon, are here to present on the topic which is Shaping the World, G20 organization. In next 5 minutes, you will know about the G20 organization, its purpose, members, role, stance of members, negotiations, and other.
Hi, I'm Tanish Patil. So I will take you ahead in this. So G20 was firstly formed in 1999, and it is having 19 countries and one European Union. It makes about world 85% of GDP, 75% of international trade, and 2/3% of world's population, which is too crucial. And also it works for the development, healthcare, education, etc. with sustainability. So it is very important in our today's generation. It works very properly in a very matter.
Myself Gojari, and I am here to take forward towards the structure of the G20 presidencies. So there are total 20 members in the G20 with rotating presidencies. There is no original or there is no one presidency which is fixed. So every year there is a rotating presidency. Like you can see in 2023 it was in India, 2024 it was in Brazil, and this year it is yet to be done in South Africa. USA is the only country which has held the G20 summit twice. Each summit has an outcome, a different outcome. In 2023, which was held in India, that was Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam, and it includes the finance ministers, leaders, and central bank governors. And there are several different groups like Y20, which is Youth 20, Business 20, and Women 20, etc. Thank you.
Hi, it's me Niro with key focuses of G20. G20 focuses wide range of challenges. First, sustainable development. It had to make the goals for the future developments. Then climate change and green transmission. It is to shift on the green energy for the future development. Then digital economy. In digital economy, it is to increase the economies of countries which are down. And then debt relief and financial stability. Financial stability, increasing of countries which are at down level, which are in debt. Then global health, COVID. It is to fight against the future pandemics and make vaccines for it. Then food security and inclusive growth. Each summit results in leaders.
Hello, I am Gauri, and as you now have seen the overview of G20, now we'll explore the roles and stances of each of the member countries. Like there are many countries like Argentina, Australia, Brazil, Canada, and China, which is the second largest economy in the world. It is a global South cooperation along with India, which is a global South voice, IT powerhouse, and it has the most number of innovative youth. There are other countries like Indonesia, Italy, Japan, Mexico, Russia, Saudi Arabia, South Africa, South Korea, Turkey, and United Kingdom, which is a historical global influence, and United States, which is the world's largest economy. It has trade rules, tech leadership, and global security. As you know that there are 19 countries and one European Union, and that European Union represents the EU nations, sustainability, economic coordination, and human rights.
Okay, I am back, myself Vasundhara. So I am here to take forward you with outcomes, agreements, and conclusion. So some notable outcomes of recent G20 summits are debate restructure for low-income countries, global maximum tax, green development pact, digital economy, framework, strengthened multilateral banks. Negotiations are often challenging, but the consensus are best decisions are key. In conclusion, G20 shapes the global agenda, and India's leadership has amplified the voice of developing nations. And thank you.
BRICS organization.
Good morning everyone. Today I am here to inform about BRICS. We are from Nandip International School and Junior College, Islampur, and our topic for today is BRICS, a voice for billion, a force for fairness. In a world still echoing colonial legacies, where the voices of the global south are far too often ignored, 5 nations dare to rise. Brazil, Russia, India, China and South Africa. Together they formed BRICS. But BRICS is more than just an organization. It is a movement, a motion, a stand. It represents the billions of voices who have been overlooked by the global order. It represents the countries who have been sidelined in boardrooms they never built. It is the strength of the ignored, the power of the silent. And now the largest of them have come together, not to disrupt the global order, but to rebalance it. This is BRICS, a force for fairness, a voice for billions.
This is Aryan Kapare and today I will be explaining our missions and values. So our mission is to reshape the global order, not into a unipolar world of dominance or chaos, but into a balanced multipolar system. We envision a future where global south stands shoulder to shoulder with the west, where power is shared and development is inclusive, where all of the developing countries are seen as equal participants rather than spectators. BRICS exists to reform outdated institutions created decades ago, now rusting in irrelevance. Our aim is to bring equity, transparency and representation to global governance. Our values are simple: sovereignty, equality and mutual respect and cooperation without coercion. We do not oppose the West, but we are its counterbalance.
Hi, I am Aishwarya and I am Explain Energy Powerhouse. Together, BRIC nations represent over 3.6 billion people, the 45% of the global population, more than 40% of food and energy production, over 25% of world trade volume. We are not emerging, we have emerged. In 2014, we established a new development bank headquartered in Sangli with an authorized capital of $100 billion to fund infrastructure and the sustainable development without political conditions. We also created contingent reserve arrangement, $100 billion financial safety net to protect the members from the global shocks like currency volatility and the debt crisis. We are also working on the BRICS financial platform to reduce our over dependence on the US dollar.
My name is Zoja. Global leadership. BRICS is just not an economic bloc. It's a platform for global leadership rooted in inclusion. During COVID-19 pandemic, BRICS facilitated vaccine cooperation, medical aid, and knowledge exchange. Through BRICS Plus initiatives, we build up bridges between Latin America, Africa, and Asia, strengthening South-South cooperation where others build walls. We are leading global conversations on sustainable development, green finance, digital equity and food security, not through dominance but through dialogues.
This is Arya, explaining our stances on key issues. On the world's most urgent challenges, BRICS speaks with a clarity and conviction. We call for urgent reform in United Nations Security Council, IMF and World Bank to reflect today's demographic and economic realities. We support peaceful conflict resolution and oppose unilateral sanctions or interference in the sovereign affairs. We advocate fair technology sharing, sustainable development and digital inclusion, especially for the developing countries. And we believe that the Global South not just deserves aid, but the agency.
not the sympathy, but a seat at the table.
BRICS is more than just 5 letters. It is a rising tide, representing billions of people ready to shape their own destiny. We do not wish to replace any power. We are here to share it. We do not wish to dominate the system. We are here to democratize it. BRICS is the voice of the global south who is making the world know that the time for European dominance is over. Thank you.
World Trade Organization.
Good morning everyone present over here, respected all the dignitaries and all the fellow students. I am Tanvi Durge, the student of Zil International School, presenting World Trade Organization, which is commonly known as WTO. The World Trade Organization is an international organization which deals the rules of trade between the countries. It is established on 1st January 1995 and has 166 members including the India. Its headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland. It ensures the trade is fair and free and cooperative throughout the trade. Its official languages are English, Spanish and French. It helps the developing country by giving them a fair chance in global trade. It gives the good producer a chance for spreading their business worldwide.
Good morning, I am Janvi. I will be explaining the aims and objectives of WTO. The WTO is a global body that explains the world trade. The world trade should be go smoothly and fairly. It also promotes that the world trade and international trade should be guided properly. It also ensures that the economic balance is proper and raise living standard of people and improve people's lives. It also reduce tariff barriers, or we can say import duties. Thank you.
Good morning everyone. My name is Prithviraj Patil and today we are discussing about the principles of WTO. A strong world is not built by the wars. A strong world is not built by the wars but by the fair trades, and that's the power of WTO. A World Trade Organization stands on the pillar of non-discrimination. It says that every nation must be treated equally. It will eliminate discriminatory treatments in an international trade. Its most favored nation rule proudly says that a favor for one is same for all. That means if one country gets lower trade tax, then every member enjoy the same. Yes, there are exceptions like free trade agreements, special help for developing nations, and action against unfair trade. When trade is become peace becomes stronger than any weapon. Now I will hand over my mic to my classmate.
Good morning everyone present over here. My name is Himraj and today I am explaining the points of WTO. National treatment and obligations. Imported and locally produced goods are produced in the country which should be treated equally. The same should be applied for the domestic and foreign services. Free trade and market access. Lowering the trade barriers for encouraging trade for the developing countries. Reducing trade barriers. It reduces trade barriers by negotiations, and en- es- establishment of the binding tariffs. I would hand over the mic to my classmate.
Hello everyone. You guys have been great listeners. I would like to have the same attitude for further more interesting principles of World Trade Organization. Reduce promoting fair competition. The WTO aims to provide transparent, fair and accurate 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 the special concern for developing countries. The World Trade Organization includes the includes the provisions for developing countries and least developing countries. It allows the time to fulfilling their commitments. Now, and reducing of non-barrier tariff. The World Trade Organization doesn't allow country to set the limits on how much trade can be. It allow. Thank you.
Hello. Nato group should come on the stage. Do you need any requirements? Table, chair. Chair, sir.
A very warm good morning to one and all present over here. I, Miss Rajnandini Patil from class 9 with my team Miss Mrunali Kahe and Arhan Sheikh from class 10, Taha Patel from class 9 and Atharva Chavan from class 8 from Shri V. Patel English School here before you to present the world famous organization NATO.
Amidst the World War II, when Allies realized that the war was near to get finished, the all prominent powers met at a Ukraine city named Yalta. This meeting was to decide the future of Europe and to maintain peace and harmony. They concluded that Germany would be divided into 4 parts. One part will rest with Russia, the other one with France, the remaining one with Britain, and the other one with America. Joseph Stalin, the leader of USSR, came with a pile of demands which were accepted by the American President Franklin D. Roosevelt. He did this to stop the war and maintain peace. But the British Prime Minister Winston Churchill disagreed to others. This meeting is infamously known as the Yalta Pact. This shows the unity of allies. Plus, it was also said to Russia that it would not expand its communist culture towards the European side. But after the end of the bloodiest war in the human history, the World War II, which led to fall of Hitler at the hands of prominent allies, created a power vacuum in the European continent. This power vacuum was filled with Joseph Stalin's USSR. This created threats of one more communist expansionist power rise in Europe, whose eastern part was under the Soviet influence. This led to hovering of black clouds of World War III on the European continent. So, to counter the Red Army and its interest in Europe, the other three allies with 9 European countries and North America formed a union known as NATO. To be as a wall of defense against Russia, the treaty was signed in Washington in 1949 and came to be known as the Washington Treaty.
So now let's see how NATO works. NATO is a political and military organization formed by the countries present in the regions of North America and Europe against the Soviet expansionist power. It comprises member countries sharing common values such as defense, security and a common aim to stop the Soviet expansion and more threats in the European continent. It operates on principle of collective defense, stating in Article 5 meaning that if one of the member of NATO is being attacked, the whole union would jump into the war on the side of that member. It embraces a comprehensive vision of security, safety and political dignity of their citizens which belong to living. It maintains transatlantic link around the region of Atlantic Ocean so that trade, tourism is managed well. So I would like to give the mic to Rajendra.
So let us see the purpose of NATO. It was established in 1949 to consolidate and boost the military strength of Western alliances. It is formed as a countermeasure to the Soviet Union and its Warsaw Pact coalition. It shared a defense commitment as written in Article 5. An attack against one member triggers a collective response. Strategy of deterrence, discouraging Soviet hostility through a united military front. Fostering political unity, encouraging collaboration and stability among the Western European countries. Ensuring power equilibrium, safeguarding peace and curbing the spread of communism. Its primary mission is to protect the member states from the Soviet invasion and maintain regional security.
Now, let us see members of NATO. NATO is the international alliance which comprises 32 states members in it. And the members are from region of North America and Europe. And the members are displayed on screen. And thank you.
World Health Organization.
As ABBS says, serve, grow and shine. Let's unite, empower communities and champion global well-being together. Good morning to everyone present over here. Today's our presentation is on WHO, that is mean by World Health Organization. But can you imagine that a single organization unites every country to fight with disease, response pandemics, and provide the perfect guidance to the people about the health? And as being the UN's specialized health agency, WHO plays a vital role in coordinating the global responses to the emergency helplines. Next. It was established in 1948, but its roots still back to the early 20th century public health efforts like in 1907, the International Office of Health and Hygiene, and in 1920s, the League of Nations Organization. It was approved in 1946, but finally got inaugurated on April 7, 1948. And later that, WHO started focusing on the eradication of tuberculosis, malaria, child mortality, and etc. over worldwide.
So let us look to the structure and leadership of WHO. So its headquarters is located in Geneva, Switzerland. Switzerland operates worldwide. It has over 192 member countries and employs about 2,400 employees. It has 6 regional offices like the Mediterranean, Asia, Europe, Africa, etc. and 150 country offices. And its organizational structure is its WHA or the World Health Assembly that has over 193 countries, and under that is the executive board which has 34 members which are experts in the medical field, and under that is the secretariat which holds the director general or the teach. The current director general of WHO is Dr. Tedros Adhanom Ghebreyesus. Under that we controls all the 6 regions and all 192 member countries. So let us look to the key functions of WHO. Leadership and partnership, research agenda, policy options, norms and standards, technical support and monitoring, focus on primary health care, disease outbreak and surveillance control, emergency preparedness and response.
In year 1, 2020, WHO launched its first COVID-19 course, even before the emergency was declared, rapidly increasing enrollments from 0.16 to 4.7 million. Moving to year 2, 2021, its platform expanded to 6 million enrollments with increased participation from underserved countries. By year 3, it frequently demonstrated its commitment to global health by responding to 40 disease outbreaks. Next. The World Health Organization leads critical global health efforts through several key programs. These include the Health Emergencies Program for Rapid Crisis Response and initiatives to combat communicable and non-communicable diseases. WHO plays a vital role in delivering vaccines, advancing family and reproductive health, and supporting malaria control. Its global epidemiological surveillance system monitors outbreaks, while the Global Polio Eradication Initiative aims to eliminate polio worldwide. Together, these programs build a safer world for all.
Now, let me ask you something. Who do you think funds the WHO? The government? Taxes? Maybe the UN? Well, yes, but partly. The truth is, over 60% of WHO's base financing comes from voluntary contributions, meaning they depend heavily on major donors. But here's the catch. Because so much of the funding is voluntary, WHO can't always decide its plan way ahead. So, for 2024-2025, WHO's total budget is $6.83 billion. Next, as the leading global health authority, WHO does not work alone. It thrives through collaboration. From tackling pandemics like COVID-19 to eliminate diseases like polio, WHO builds strong alliances. WHO has signed MOU in 2025 to globalize traditional Indian medicines. Ayush plus global health system plus insurance model together combines and makes system integration.
So now, in order to understand what WHO's future and current goals are, we first need to acknowledge what significant steps is already taken. The WHO has published over 50 reports connecting global health issues with climate change. They have made sustainable health development their top priority. They help countries by reviewing their needs and providing solid research support. And finally, they tell us how eco-friendly policies can also help improve global health. But this was just the foundation. Let's take a look at how WHO is building on it in 2025 and far beyond. In May 2025, the WHO member states agreed on a new pandemic plan.
Now, this new pandemic plan included using past lessons like the COVID-19 and focus more on sustainable development. Thank you.
United Nations.
Good morning. I am Omamul Baude with my four friends representing Academic High and Junior College Kundal to share views regarding United Nations. While elaborating, we need to know which reasons were responsible for the formation of United Nations, in which the most important one was the need for global unity, as the World War I between Allied powers and Central powers caused more than 16 million deaths. In 1918, the US President Woodrow Wilson proposed 14 points to prevent another war, in which the 14th point called for a General Association of Nations, which led to the formation of League of Nations in 1919. But the League failed because it had no military, no real power, and no support of United States, which could be clearly seen when the World War II broke out. After the World War II, the global leaders knew they needed a stronger body. In April 1945, 50 nations met at the San Francisco Conference, which lasted 51 days of debating, drafting, and negotiation, which eventually led to the formation of United Nations. On 24th October 1945, the United Nations officially came into existence, with its headquarters in New York.
United Nations was founded in 1945 after the World War II to maintain the peace and prevent the future conflict. Its main aim is to protect the human rights, promote equality, encourage global cooperation, and uphold the international law. The UN has 6 main organs. First, the General Assembly is a global platform where all the member nations discuss the world issues. Second is the Security Council, which focuses on peace and security with 5 permanent members having veto power. Third is the International Court of Justice, which settles the dispute among the member nations. Fourth is the Economic and Social Council, which focuses on development of education and health. Next is the Secretariat, led by the Secretary General, which handles UN's daily work. And the last is the Trusteeship Council, which is now inactive, help former colonies to become independent.
As we know, United Nations has 193 member nations along with its key agencies which work for social development and global well-being, which performs various operations. But which are these agencies? So first, WHO, World Health Organization, which focuses on global healthcare and disease control. Second, UNESCO, United Nations Education, Scientific Cultural Organization, which promotes science, culture and education. Third, UNICEF, United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, which works on children's health, education and poverty. Fourth, WFP, World Food Programme, which provides food aids and fight for hunger worldwide. And last is ILO, International Labour Organization, which ensures fair work conditions and fights for labour rights. All these agencies contribute in achieving 17 sustainable goals by 2030, focusing on health, education, equality, poverty reduction and climate change, making the UN a global force for positive change.
After planning the global goals comes the real challenge, protecting the ground where those goals must grow. Because without safety and stability, even best development plans fail. That's where United Nations peacekeeping becomes essential. These peacekeepers wear blue helmet, but they carry the weight of global responsibility. In places like South Sudan, They set up medical camps, rescued women, and even built roads and schools. In Democratic Republic of Congo, they guarded villages under rebel threat. In Lebanon, they maintained ceasefire that hold back full-scale wars. India, we are the top contributors, sending not just troops, but doctors, engineers, and hope.
As we have discussed about needs of United Nations, its organs and aims, we also need to discuss how United Nations plays an important role in our daily life. United Nations plays a vital role in our daily life. For example, the International Telecommunication Union ensures mobile network and internet work seamlessly across the borders. The UNICEF, the UN program, the UN Office for Outer Space Affairs prevents space jams and satellite collision. As the name says, you don't see United Nations everywhere, but it works everywhere. It's got directly and indirectly impacting on us. Achievements of UN. UN has a remarkable track record of achievements like, first, UNICEF ensures high primary school attendance and had provided emergency aid to over 130 countries during COVID-19. UN also facilitates crucial climatic agreements like the Paris Agreements and support democratic elections worldwide. We have seen UN's work far more reaching and vital. It is truly our best hope for a more peaceful and cooperative world. Thank you.
UN Environment Program.
In the times of Noah, flood washed away sin. But today, a new flood rises, not of water alone, but of carbon, plastic, and silence. This is the only ark. But this time, unlike in times of Noah, we have created it ourselves.
Mayday! Mayday! We have an emergency! Planet Earth, our only boat in this vast cosmic ocean, is sinking. I am the captain from UNDP, here to investigate why.
Help! Help! I used to sail so smoothly. I carried 8 billion passengers with pride. Blue oceans, green forests. But something is dragging it down.
Ha! Now could be me. Pollution. Choke the skies, poison the seas, and fill the land with plastic. The humans couldn't control their single-use madness. I am your heavy anchor for this convenience.
I can't breathe. I can't breathe. My oceans have turned acidic. My coral reefs are dying. I can't even stabilize my climate anymore.
Oh,
The real heavyweight here, fossil fuels, coal, oil, gas, unpowered the Industrial Revolution and global warming. But despite warnings, I'm still being burned.
Help! My ice caps are melting.
Hold on, Earth. UNEP has fought for over 50 years. UNEP is not just a name, but a nerve. The Earth speaks through us and she will be heard.
I am a reporter from Kedarnath, Uttarakhand, where a cloudburst triggered deadly floods, causing over 5,000 deaths as floods washed over entire towns. I'm here in the heart of Amazon rainforest, once called the lungs of Earth, but now dying, choking, illegal/logging, burn and slash agriculture, and over 70% of the forest is gone forever.
UNEP, yes, the emergency is real, but action is possible. In the Amazon, we promote RED, reducing emissions from deforestation, paying local communities to preserve forest.
What is a sapling to $1 billion plan? Distinguished delegates and citizens of Earth, we are UNEP, United Nations Environment Programme. Since 1972, the Earth speaks through us and we are the Earth's constants. But now we are also its voice of warning and its last hope. The Earth is not asking for help, it's screaming for it. The fires in Amazon, the floods in Kedarnath, the silence of vanishing species. These are not just distinct tragedies, but they are the price of delay. So let us hear from our global directors, those who are fighting the battle for our Earth.
Pollution poisons our air, our water and our future. Every breath in Delhi, every river in Jakarta, every fish in the Pacific affected. But my friends, UNEP fights back. The Minamata Convention on Mercury, the Stockholm Convention on Organic Waste, and finally the Basel Convention on Hazardous Waste.
Nature is not a luxury, it is life support. Yet over 1 million species face the silence of existence. But through UNEP's work, we have launched the UN Decade on Economic Restoration, as well as we have planted over 500 million trees in the Sahel. We're planting mangroves in Asia and rewilding Europe.
The economy must not curse the earth. UNEP supports nations to go green, fair and sustainable. We support the Sustainable Development Goals.
I speak for the 1.8 billion people inheriting this planet. We are UNEP and we empower the Tulsa Environment Network, Faith for Earth, Educate for Nature and Grassroots for Climate Education.
Because we are not passengers, we are crew, steering the earth towards something new.
Noah had an ark. We have a plan, not made of timber, but by the actions of a man.
The oceans can still breathe, the future can still be fair, and the world can still be healthy.
Because hope is not a promise,
it is a plan.
United Nations Development Programme.
Good morning to the respected judges, teachers and everyone present here. We, the representatives of the United Nations Development Programme, stand before you for the global progress. Since its founding in 1965, the United Nations Development Programme has worked over 170 countries, helping nations to build a better, fairer and a greener future.
UNDP focuses on 5 key areas: eradicating poverty, improving democratic governance, promoting gender equality, addressing climate changes, supporting crisis recovery. Its mission is simple but powerful: to help countries develop skills, policies, partnerships and institutions to achieve sustainable development goals.
The UNGP plays a key role in achieving the 17 Sustainable Development Goals, from Goal 1, No Poverty, to Goal 13, Climate Action, and Goal 16, Peace, Justice and Strong Institutions. UNDP works as a global driver for all these ambitions. It ensures that all the people, especially the most vulnerable, live with dignity and resilience. Across the world, UNDP works to make a real impact, and in India, it is partnered with the government to empower the women through entrepreneurship. UNDP is not just an organization, it's a symbol of hope, unity and resilience. As young citizens of tomorrow, let us stand inspired by its vision to leave no one behind. Together, let us work for a country, let us work for a world that is united.
The United Nations Development Programme, or UNDP, is a global organization committed to sustainable development. It focuses on its 3 main factors: global reach, partnership focus and its core mission.
To achieve its mission, UNDP focuses on 6 critical areas: poverty eradication, climate action, crisis recovery, gender equality, education and health, and democratic governance.
The UNDP is a central pillar in achieving the 17 Sustainable Development Goals. Some of these SDGs are no poverty, gender equality, reduced inequalities, and climate action. Inclusion makes development fair and effective for everyone. Here, UNDP also helped Bangladesh to rebuild the thousands of people's lives in a devastating flood in Bangladesh. Now that we learned important points about UNDP, how can we as a youth help them or raise awareness? Well, we can start by volunteering, by developing eco-friendly habits, and by including education and inclusivity in all. To leave no one behind, that is the heart of sustainable development. Thank you. Hold back.
भैया ये काटा
silent street and darkest star, it brings the light of guidance far. Good morning everyone, I am Bay Nazir along with my co-partner Siddhi,
Jyotiraditya, Ramesh, Vinayak.
Today, we, a group of 5 from Indian English School, are here to talk about one of the most powerful institutions shaping global development.
World Bank.
It all began in 1944 at a historic event of Bretton Woods Conference at the United States. The world just came out of the horrors of World War II and there was a desperate need to build economies. And that's when the World Bank was created.
In fact, its official start functioning in 1946. The first loan was given by the World Bank war to France in 1947 to recover from the war.
As the former World Bank President Jim Yong Kim once said that we live in a time of great opportunity but also in great inequality. The World Bank is committed to ending the extreme poverty.
This quote reflects the bank's journey from rebuilding countries to lifting people out of poverty.
That's right, but what exactly is the World Bank?
Well, first of all, it is not a regular bank that gives loans to the individual. The World Bank is the member global development organization. It is made up of 189 member of the countries. Its jobs to provide loans, grants and advice to country to challenges and major challenges.
There are 5 institutions of the World Bank, but 2 of them are the most well known.
The International Bank for Reconstruction and Development and the International Development Association.
These help countries fund large-scale projects like improving healthcare, expanding schools, or providing safe drinking water.
World Bank is not just a bank, it's the partner to the world's poorest nations. Its purpose goes beyond money, it's about giving the tools they need to grow sustainably.
Exactly. So what is the World Bank actually trying to achieve?
Its biggest goals are very clear: to end of poverty and boost shared prosperity. This means helping the poorest people and making them sure benefits of growth.
A quote from World Bank's development report puts it perfectly. Ending poverty is not a matter of charity, it's a matter of justice and opportunity. The World Bank believes development is a right, not a favor.
But how does the World Bank do actually all this?
Well, member countries, especially with the high income one, contribute the money. Then this money is lent or granted to the developing country that needs support. The World Bank works closely with the nations to design right projects and ensure the money is used properly.
There are 600 major projects conducted by World Bank.
From rural development and education to sanitization and renewable energy.
Disaster resilience and climate solutions.
It also supported India in COVID-19.
So, it is not about how much is given, but what positive change bring in the people's lives.
The World Bank uses a weighted voting system. This means the voting power is based on 2 things.
First, basic votes.
And second, additional votes.
This means wealthier countries have more influence.
Well, the United States has the largest single vote share, around 15%, and the other shareholders are Japan, Germany, UK and China.
Now, let's talk about India and its close partnership with the World Bank.
Some examples include
Swachh Bharat Mission.
And COVID-19 support.
India's example shows that World Bank is not just about funding, it's about progress, innovation and partnership between the countries.
In conclusion, World Bank is one of the most powerful forces for the positive change in the world today.
It brings countries together, support those in need and help millions of people live better lives, not just through loans, but with guidance, hopes and ideas.
The bank's mission states,
together we can end poverty in our lifetime. Thank you.
Hello. A very good morning to towards the second round, that is past. It is a quiz round and I will be reading the rules. Please listen it carefully. Rules. The sequence of all the groups will remain same as first round. The round is rapid fire quiz based on your chosen organization. The time allotted for this round is 1 minute. In this round, as many questions you are able to answer will be recorded. Each correct answer will give you 1 mark. Each correct answer will give you 1 mark. No negative marking for wrong answer. No negative marking for wrong answer. Organizers will read only questions. The questions will be displayed on the screen. Contestants are expected to read correct option whole. As this is elimination round, lowest score, 3 teams will be eliminated. So shall we start? Good luck. First group is G20 Summit. Are you ready?
बटने
Respected judges, shall we start? Yes. Bye. Answers will be displayed on the options will be displayed on the screen. You should read the option. Shall we begin with?
Yes.
Your time starts now. Which year did India host the G20 summit?
C 2023.
Correct. Where was G20 summit held in New Delhi?
Bharat Mandapam.
It's correct. What was the theme of G20 summit 2023?
C Vasudhaiva Kutumbakam.
Correct. Which country had been declared as the 21st member of the G20 group in G20 summit 2023?
African Union.
Correct. Who was the Indian Sherpa in the G20 summit of 2023?
Rajiv Arora.
It's wrong. What is the Global Hunger and Poverty Alliance main objective?
To reduce hunger and poverty for 500 million people by 2030.
It's correct. What is the key focus of employment working group under G20? D. It's wrong. Now I would request Nishikanta ma'am to proceed further with next group.
Shall we begin? Start. Which country is the newest economic? Correct. What is the primary objective of BRICS?
B. Promote economic and cooperation and development.
Which of the following is not a BRICS member?
Indonesia.
Correct. Which country formally joined BRICS effective January 1st, 2025 has participated in Rio de Janeiro summit?
Saudi Arabia.
Wrong. Which major action did BRICS explicitly condemn in their summit declaration?
UN sanctions.
Wrong. Which of the following sectors is major focus of BRICS cooperation?
Trade investment. B.
Correct. The New Delhi Development Bank was established to
finance infrastructure. B.
Correct. Which BRICS members host the BRICS Business Council Secretariat?
Russia.
Wrong. Among BRICS countries?
China.
We could not consider that. Sorry. I call upon Dipali Miss to handle the next round.
WTO.
WTO, you can shift front side.
Come here.
Are you ready? Shall we start? When did India become a member of WTO?
1997.
Correct. From following, what is the primary function of WTO?
Providing loans to developing countries.
Wrong. The core of WTO's legal framework is not built upon.
Obsolete.
What is India's primary role in the WTO?
To control international shipping rules.
Wrong. India has been involved in which WTO negotiation group that aims to improve access to medicines?
The Doha Declaration.
Correct. What is the governing body of WTO?
C. Ministerial Conference.
Wrong. India plays a prominent role in the WTO's group.
G7.
Wrong. How does the WTO support developing countries?
By providing direct financial aid.
Wrong.
NATO groups.
Shall we begin?
Yes.
Start. What is the Article 5 of the NATO Treaty?
Option C, collective defense.
Correct. What is the primary purpose of NATO?
Ensure military alliance and collective defense.
Correct. What is the symbol of in the center of the NATO flag represent?
A radar.
Wrong. Which of the following countries joined NATO most recently as of 2024?
Sweden.
Correct. Which NATO operation was launched in response to 9/11 attacks in the United States?
Operation Desert Storm.
Wrong. What is the name of NATO's Rapid Deployment Force?
NATO Response Force.
Correct. The Partnership for Peace program by NATO primarily aims to
Build trust with non-member countries in the
What is the function of North Atlantic Council?
major acts as principal political decision-making body in NATO.
Correct. Which NATO operation enforced a no-fly zone over Libya in 2011?
Operation Unified.
Which option did you say? Last one?
Operation Unified Protector.
Correct.
Next group, WHO. Shall we begin? Your time starts now. Which of the following programs is or run by WHO?
C. Global Polio Eradication Initiative.
Correct. Which awarded malaria-free certification by WHO? Once again, please. Wrong. What is the international classification of diseases? ICD.
B. A system for classifying diseases and injuries.
Correct. What will be the focus of the World Health 2025 theme?
Climate change and health.
Wrong. What does the term universal health coverage mean?
Option A. Access to health services.
Wrong. Which African country has been declared free of glaucoma by the
Senegal.
Correct. Which Indian city is the host of second World Health Organization Global Tradition Medicine Summit? New Delhi. Correct. The World Health Organization head has adopted the first. Correct. Next is United Nations. Shall we begin? Your time starts now. Who was the first Indian citizen? Option D. Correct. The Convention on the Elimination of All Forms of Discrimination.
1979.
Correct. The United Nations Conference on Environment and Development was held. No. Yes, correct. The amount of water recommended by the correct. Dash is the body of United Nations composed of correct. The 5 parliament members of the United Nations Security Council are option B. Wrong. What is the main purpose of the UN Charters? Article 51.
Promotion of human rights.
Wrong. Which year Kerala was declared a fully literate state?
1990.
Wrong. Who is the Chief Administrative Officer of the United Nations. Correct. Which of the following is not a principle related to Sustainable Development Goals? B. UNEP. Correct. Which conference led to the creation of UNEP? The Stockholm Conference. Correct. What is UNEP's mission? C. To provide. Correct. Which of the following is not a focus area for UNEP?
Poverty eradication.
Correct. Which of the following publication released by UNEP? B. Global Climate. Correct. How many are the regional offices of UNEP? 8. Wrong. What is the name of the report?
Team UNDP. Would you like to share? Shall we start? What is the main focus of UNDP?
Sustainable development and poverty reduction.
Correct. Which of the following is not the role of UN?
Promoting democratic governance.
Wrong. Which organ of the UN oversees the activities of the UNDP?
Economic and social justice.
Wrong. Which of the following best describes the purpose of UNDP's Human Development Index?
To rank countries based on economic output.
Wrong. Which of the following statement about UNDP's funding is incorrect?
UNDP receives voluntary contributions from UN member countries.
Wrong. Which statistical method is used to address HDR for gender equality in Gender Development Index?
The ratio of female to male India values.
Correct. Which of the following dimensions is not directly part of the Human Development Index framework introduced by UNDP?
Gender equality.
Correct. World Bank. Are you comfortable there or you miss? Shall we start?
Yes.
Which of the following is a part of World Bank Group?
IPRD.
Correct. Which countries primarily found the World Bank?
Developing countries.
Wrong. Which two institutions make up the core of the World Bank?
PRD.
Correct. Which of the following best describes the International Development Association?
Grant low interest loans and
Correct.
current.
Which one of these is not a member of World Bank?
IMF.
C.
UNESCO.
C. Option C.
Correct. Which type of projects does World Bank fund?
Option B. Infrastructure, education, health.
Correct. Which organization helps settle investment disputes between international investors?
Option C.
Correct. Which voting system does the World Bank follow?
Weighted voting system. Option B.
Correct. The World Bank's doing business report focused on which aspect?
Share market trends.
Wrong. You can go to it.
अरे तिथं नीट घेतलं तुम्ही तिथून बंद केलं मारता आणि तीच की नीट यायला पाहिजे नीट कन्वर्ट करून परत जर पॉज झालं तिथं जायचं तिथं सोर्सला जायचं परत क्लिक करायचं तिथे डबल क्लिक करायचं जर थांबलं व्हिडिओ ऑप्शन केलं की इथे ॲक्टिव्हिटी पहिला डिॲक्टिव्ह करायचं परत ॲक्टिव्ह करायचं म्हणजे आता लेटेस्ट आहे थोड्या वेळाने होते त्याला कसं आहे हे जे असते त्याला काय आहे की आपण बाहेर पाठवतो की नाही की आता 1080 असं ते कमी केलं ना ते अपलोडला लोड घेत नाही म्हणजे तुझ्याकडे OBS आहे की नाही त्यात मग OBS चालू आहे त्यामध्ये सेटिंगमध्ये व्हिडिओ खाली ते कमी करायचं आणि मग करायचं आता नाही आता चालू आहे ना त्यामुळे पास करायला त्याला कमी केलं मग कारण 1080 चाललं ना त्यामध्ये हे घेते लोड घेते म्हणजे ते डाटा जास्त होतो त्यासाठी लाईव्ह जर बघा मागणं असले तर डाऊन केलं की हे का चाललं की तुम्ही परत ॲक्टिव्ह तर इथनं बंद करून करायला
नाही एलिमिनेट करणार आहे त्यामुळे काहीचं काही संबंध नाही काहीचं काही संबंध नाही एलिमिनेशन
अजून ॲक्टिव्हच आहे ना OBSमधून ॲक्टिव्ह OBS बंद करून करायचं राहू थोडं लेट होते आणि काय ते करायचं
डायरेक्ट 5 सांगा 5 टोटल पाच 2 6 5
हे पिक्चर घालायचं सांगलं की ह्याच्यात गेलं का डिॲक्टिव्ह करायचं परत ॲक्टिव्ह आता ते कसं आहे जर कनेक्शनला प्रॉब्लेम आला तर ते इश्यू येते तिथं हलवलं बंद पडलं ना ते मग पण चालू होतं ते नेट बंद केलं की मग ते सगळं नेटवर खेळायचं
पहिला 25 नंतर 0 28 14 30 बरोबर आहे ना 34 एलिमेंट झाले त्यांना रेड कलर आता 3 एलिमेंट करायचे ना 3 एलिमेंट 14 वाला
There's a dress section, so I came last week. So I saw something, I just came to pick that up.
We don't have any dresses today, black t-shirts. Please, एक बार try to believe.
So you don't have anything else except black t-shirt? I'm looking for jeans, shirt. I have a voucher जो आज expire हो जाएगा. We've given our jeans for alteration yesterday.
I'm looking for white formal shirt. Blazers तो available नहीं. Black t-shirts.
आज सिर्फ black t-shirt है.
Black and just XL size.
Yeah. शर्ट दिखा दो, टाई दिखा दो. कल तो ये नहीं था आज अचानक. तो ये वाउचर का मैं क्या करूँगी फिर?
So but बहुत finish it. Once you try it, you will definitely buy it.
जीन्स तो मिलेगा ना हमारा.
आप हमें हमारी रिक्वायरमेंट बताएंगे कि क्या हमें क्या करना चाहिए. भैया क्यों दिमाग खराब कर रहे हो? नहीं लगी ब्लैक टी-शर्ट.
ये जो मैनेजर है, can you call the manager?
अपने मैनेजर को बुलाइए प्लीज.
He's the manager.
मीटिंग में मैं क्या करूँ?
बिल्कुल नहीं. Let's go.
नहीं सर.
Hello ma'am. Hello sir.
सॉरी यू हैव टू फेस दिस, बट आपको आपके कपड़ों में चॉइस नहीं मिली तो आपको इतना बुरा लगा?
सोचिए ना मुझे कैसा लगता होगा जब मुझे मेरे करियर के लिए चॉइसेस नहीं मिलती। आई वांट टू बी अ गिटारिस्ट, बट मेरे पेरेंट्स नहीं चाहते कि मैं वो करूँ।
मेरे भैया को टेनिस बहुत पसंद था। मेरे पेरेंट्स को अच्छा नहीं लगा तो उन्होंने अलाउ नहीं किया।
My friend, he is very good in maths, so my parents are always comparing him with me.
क्या सबको 90% आना जरूरी है? Does everyone need to be a topper? अगर मुझे डांस में इंटरेस्ट है तो मुझ पे 90% लाने का प्रेशर क्यों है?
जैसे आप सबको हर चीज की चॉइसेस मिलती है, मुझे भी मेरे करियर के लिए चॉइसेस मिलनी चाहिए।
बात तो सही है तुम्हारी बेटा।
आपको क्या बनना है बड़े होके?
मुझे एक सिंगर और एक डायरेक्टर बनना है।
So you will be a director who sings. That's amazing.
रोहित शर्मा मुझे बहुत पसंद है। I like his full shot.
मुझे क्रिकेटर बनना था तो उस टाइम मुझे क्रिकेटर नहीं बनने दिया।
आप वही बनना जो आप चाहते हो, it's okay. So this is all because of you?
Yes. ये एक टी शर्ट सबको फिट नहीं होगी ना, तो सबको डॉक्टर बनना जरूरी है?
सचिन
Hello. As you can see, the score is displayed. So the red one, two teams, World Trade Organization and United Nations Development Program, they are being eliminated, lowest score. But G20 and World Bank, among them we have a tie, as they have equal number of points, 25-25. So there will be tie questions for both the teams. Whichever team will answer the question, they will remain in the competition and remaining team will eliminated. Is that clear to everyone? Yes. Sorry. Each team will be asked one question.
Regarding what?
Regarding your organization. And you have to answer that. Okay? G20, where are they sitting? Yeah. World Bank. Are you able to see from there? Come here.
दोन एका वेळेला आहे ना त्यामुळे एकच होती दोनच माहीत आहेत ना ते एका म्हणणं आहे का ना त्यांना आन्सर देताना एकेकाला
G20 group. One question will be asked. What new sustainable development goal was introduced at the G20 Summit 2024?
Peace and justice.
Wrong.
Are you ready?
Yes.
Which of the following is true about IDA loans?
Option B, long term with little or no interest.
Correct. Now Now again the tag. Yeah, first group has given wrong answer, G20. Sorry. So you are eliminated. But one request is there. The eliminated schools can sit and continue and watch the competition till the end.
Selected organization, BRICS, WTO. First one that is BRICS, second one NATO, third one WHO, fourth one UN, then UNEP, then World Bank. And 3 organizations are eliminated: G20, WTO, and UNDP.
I request the eliminated groups to please go and sit back. The group sitting behind can come forward and sit. Be there. Okay. Good morning, everyone. It's time for the most challenging and exciting part of today's event, that is the crisis room, role play and debate. In this round, each team will represent a country facing a major global crisis. Your goal is to negotiate, discuss and find a solution just like in real international summit. Here's how it works. Each team will pick a chit containing a global crisis. It could be anything from climate change to a refugee crisis, pandemic responses, poverty, or even an economic breakdown. You will be given 7 minutes to prepare your arguments and strategy with your team. Once your preparation time is over, you'll get 5 minutes to enter the crisis room and present your ideas. You must argue, negotiate, and propose strong practical solutions. Think of it like a mini world summit and you're in charge. The judging will be based on creativity, use of facts, and negotiation skills. Please note, the lowest scoring teams will be eliminated, so make sure your points are clear, powerful, and convincing. After every 5 minutes, the next team will be called. Be ready and approach Madhuri ma'am as soon as your team's turn is near to receive your topic and start preparation. Also, the team sequence will remain the same as it was during the first round. Only the top 5 teams will qualify for the next and final round, that is the buzzer round. So gear up, step into your roles and let the negotiations begin. All the best, delegates. I request the BRICS group to come forward.
Your time starts now.
NATO group? Come forward to pick a chip.
May I have your attention, please? The group has 5 minutes to discuss. Groups are requested to announce their topic first, and then you can start your discussion. You can have a seat, you can stand also anyhow, as per your convenience. First, announce your topic. You have the check. You have 5 minutes for the discussion.
Yes.
So timer will be on there.
Our current topic is how can a country balance development and disaster risk, and we will be representing the country of India. So this is a very important topic. Should we develop without considering disaster risk, or should we stay without development for fear of disasters that may never truly come? Neither of these are truly a solution. We must embrace risk, as risk is the only way to achieve a reward. Yet we should not fear it so much that we do not act on it. We as India have done several schemes to help balance development and disaster risk. First, my team members will be discussing one of the major disasters, that is environmental disasters, and how India has been taking steps to help development grow while still keeping the environment safe.
First example is of Samruddhi Mahamar. So from Mumbai to Nagpur, there was a road constructed by Appasahe Birnale, which was approximately of 900 kilometers. So approximately some of the mountains had to be crushed for the development of the country and the development of the roads. But simultaneously, the government has issued many laws, such as there is a fine for cutting down of trees, and the government has to plantation of trees has been done side by side along the road of the Samruddhi Mahamar. This is one of the example. And while cutting down any trees, the people have to take the permission of the government to proceed further.
As we know, we are building factories and increasing production, but we are also controlling it by the projects like International Solar Alliance and helping managing pollution.
Next example, as we know, there is very less rainfall in areas like Rajasthan and Gujarat. We are giving farmers new development of the farmers can use underground water, and we are also using rain harvesting system.
Due to vehicles, pollution is caused. To reduce pollution caused by vehicles, we use electronic vehicles like Ola bikes, etc.
Now, disasters are not just environment, they are also relating to health. So, India has also taken steps for that. We were one of the first countries to implement proper lockdown, and we accelerated vaccination spread throughout our country as well as many other countries. To add upon one of our points, the International Solar Alliance between India, France and 102 other countries to expand on solar development. Disasters do not just mean something that harms people, it means something that harms society as a whole. Poor education is one such thing. In cases where people are not educated enough, how will anything happen in that area? That is what a disaster means, something that causes stunting of growth. For this, India has taken many schemes, Atal Labs for development of new skills. On top of this event itself has been made because CBSE is requesting schools to create and host events that support new aids and new skills. On top of this, NEP is one of the pride of our country's new education systems. It has made students more aware of the goings-ons in our world and as well as skills that will actually help them, not just in textbooks. So, in conclusion, India does not believe in one or the other, as should every country. For if we focus on one or the other too much, nothing will ever happen. To focus on disasters is to think of what could happen. To focus solely on development is to not think about the risks of our actions. This is one of the most key things when thinking of developing our world in the new world.
So our topic is, should rich people be taxed more during an economic crisis?
But what is economic crisis?
Economic crisis happen due to depleting economic resources of a country, which ultimately leads to economic crisis.
Yes, I think that the rich people should be taxed more during an economic crisis because they earn more money and hence generate more revenue, and they are a major chunk of our economy. Hence, they are ought to giving their money for the betterment of people and the country.
But why should only rich people? Because it would create an inequality between the rich people and on the minorities or the middle class people.
But as we know that for the development of the country, some groups or some people would have to compromise, because as we know, development means development for one is not the development for all. So somewhere the compromisation should be done in the case of rich people.
But don't you think it will lead to social protest?
Yes, but what we can do is the rich people would be getting the money in the form of different schemes. They would be provided leverage in the businesses and all that. And one more thing we can do is we can take them as our funders, and we can do a fundraising event through which the fund will be raised. In case that rich people's money which was going to be taxed is going to be put into the government sector's companies, like what we say the example of BSNL. That this Tata took over the BSNL, and hence they are now growing it and launching many new packages. and hence the dying companies such as BSNL was taken by rich people and its funds were given, and hence the government sector would automatically grow and the economic crisis would be shortened. And as we know that economic crisis is a temporary crisis and not a long term. So a temporary compromisation should be done by the rich people.
Yes, but it could lead to inequality. We have to see of the people as a democratic country. As the constitution states that it should be in the right to people. So we can do like that way. We can ask to people in a voting system.
But the flaw is here that the people of the rich people would not vote for not giving them taxes, because who else want to waste their money on the taxes? They wanted to earn more wealth and keep it stored with them so that it would be helpful for them, and hence they will vote for no only. So what can be done on that?
But your point was good though, but why only rich people should be taxed as there are many other classes too?
Because you see, rich people are a very less amount of a population, and hence as I told, we are a democratic country, and in a democracy the majority's vote is taken in the consideration, and hence we have different two classes like poor class and middle class. So the middle class and poor class contribute a major chunk of population than rich class. So hence we should take the consideration of poor class and middle class, as there is the development of many people rather than focusing on the development of some.
But what about the interest of people? Like rich people are earning money for their interest in, for example, buying luxury items or to live a luxury life. What about their interest?
Their interest would be harmed, but at the cost of the people's freedom, we are not taking any decision. We are telling them that we would do this and that, and hence they would be particularly informed, and hence it would lead to more good system of taxation rather than today it belongs to.
Yes, but we can aware the people about the price and we can take their opinion. We can aware the rich people as well as the poor people, so we can take their opinion. What do you think?
So in the conclusion, I would again say that we would develop a system of taxation such that the money in the form of tax which is taken from the rich people would be again invested in the government sector, and hence the government sector will flourish and ultimately leading to the depletion or end of the economic crisis and making the country economically stable.
Yes, there are many charity projects done by the rich people like Vandara for animals and Reliance Foundation for betterment of children.
So at the end, we would conclude that yes, rich people should be taxed for during the economic crisis. Thank you.
So, first of all, good morning to all the esteemed judges and everyone, teachers present over here. So, today's our group discussions. First topic is, can education solve long-term social?
They want the time. Wait. You have to restart it. They want
First of all, again, good morning to esteemed judges and teachers and everyone present over here. So today's our group discussions topic is, can education solve long-term social crisis in a country? So for this topic, the first point comes in my mind is like, yeah, it empowers individuals. Like education is very important in taking the main decisions while crisis, and also it is important in reducing crime, reducing poverty, and also the social inequality over the time. But sometimes feel like, yes, structural issues also persist. Like problems always arise around the caste, religion, political corruption, and economic disparity, and they often exist outside the classroom, and also need the legal policy reforms too.
Yes, truly, I agree with you, but I would like to add on a bit. For example, we can take of South Africa. In South Africa, Nelson Mandela was the leader of the struggle against apartheid. He got educated and he started a mass movement against the racial system of apartheid. In India, we can take example of Dr. B.R. Ambedkar, who got educated and framed the Constitution of India. Yes, but what if strong education teach values like gender equality, respect, inclusion for diversity, which can lead to reduction of discrimination, prejudice, and communal tension. But like as you said, if education is poor in quality or not reaching the needy people, it can even widen social gaps. So I think that implementation of government policies should take place properly.
Yes, I totally agree with you, but I would like to add my point that economic sustainability is also a major point in education. Educated people in a country will increase the literacy rate and also increase the economic sustainability of a country, because educated people, as we all know, are as a human resource in a country, and human resources, as we all also know, are really and very important in a country's economic growth. But simultaneously, the deep-rooted problems like casteism and racial systems are also deep-rooted problems, and they need solutions like leadership and democratic teams.
Yes, I would like to add on a bit. We can give the example of, also we are forgetting a point, that is misuse of education. Education can be misused for misinformation, propaganda, or any biased decisions. For example, during the rule of Adolf Hitler on Germany, the Third Reich from 1935 to 1945, he reprinted the textbooks. Children were taught ideologically, and he also forced the children to do muscular activity or muscular physical activities to enhance their growth.
Yes, I agree with you. Misuse of education is very common nowadays. Also, education has a slow impact because social crises usually need quick action and short-term interventions, for which education is not a valid solution. But we can also say that education has a long-term impact. It uproots the social crisis completely and helps in sustainable development. I would also give you examples of many countries such as Belgium, USA, where people got educated and are developed now.
I would like to add examples of French Revolution, where educated middle class people solved and projected mass movements.
And for all these points, lastly, I would like to conclude it as, while education empowers individuals, still promoting equality and accessibility, education is necessary. Thank you.
Good morning, everyone. Protest is the cornerstone of the democracy. But what if the nation is suffering with any crisis such as pandemic, economic collapse, or natural disaster? Should citizens come to the road to protest, to demand change, or to make the government realize that it's their responsibility to fulfill the people's need? But on the other hand, protest can also lead to violence. It also may endanger many lives. For example, during COVID-19, we saw many examples. So should people come to the road, or should they wait for the government's response? Let's explore.
Yes, citizens should protest during national emergencies, as protests keep the democracy alive. As we saw the example of 2019 Hong Kong citizens protested against the Chinese extradition bill. Even during the political chaos, it protested their rights.
Protesting is a part of democracy, but we also need to address this that security forces or emergency forces are already working on the crisis to solve it. But if people do mass protest at that time, the forces may get diverted to control the protest, and this may impact the overall response of the country to the crisis.
But we should also know that emergencies can hide the injustice. As we saw during the Nepal earthquake of 2015, the government aids that were provided to the citizens that were unfairly distributed between the citizens. So the citizens protested during the national disaster risk, which leads to the fair distribution, and they get their rights.
But during a crisis like a pandemic, protests can spike infections and worsen the health crisis, as we saw in early lockdown protests in India, where mass protests caused increase in infections.
When people protest, it leads to the quicker government action. When people raise their voice, the government are forced to react quickly. Also, without protest, the corruption's discrimination may go unnoticed.
But protests can also block rescue and rehabilitation. As during the Sri Lanka's economic crisis in 2022, the roadblocks caused by mass protests delayed the aids which were to be provided to the needy people. So this must be also addressed during the protest.
So the solutions that we can implement are: first is that we should allow controlled zone for peaceful protest, to balance dissent and safety. Second one is that people should use digital protests or online petitions in the case where physical protest is public health. Third one is that we should use whistleblowing as an alternate when the protest is not possible. And the last one is that we should strengthen the RTI, right to information, to reduce the suspension and anger.
But there is also one problem, that foreign media or rival countries may use internal protests to damage the global image of the country. Like we saw during Brazil, when the internal protest due to early lockdown in Brazil, the foreign media focused more on the political instability than the pandemic, which damaged Brazil's global image.
Some say protests create chaos, while others say it's a voice for justice. We saw both sides. Should citizens protest during national emergencies? And if they should, then why? And if they should not, why not? This leads to a conclusion. The conclusion is very simple. The responsible protests should not be banned during emergencies also. They should be heard with caution, because a healthy nation doesn't fear its people speaking, but it fears when they are forced to stay silent. Thank you.
Our team's topic is banning internet during the terms of crisis, right or wrong. Honorable judges and esteemed audience, our team completely supports that banning internet is not right.
Restart the timing of bank.
Start time.
Honorable judges and esteemed audience, our topic is should internet be banned during the times of crisis. We believe that internet should be banned during the times of crisis because this is fake information and we need to crumble it now. Misinformation is rapidly spreading in mostly all the governances. Governments need time to take their action, whereas banning internet could help them to give adequate time and will result in desirable results. As per the statistics, the governments which ban internet during national crisis are 53% more likely to resolve problems more easily. Cyber attacks are the most vulnerable as you don't even understand and it's completely anonymous because the price of delay is the risk of your own life. For example, in our India, the COVID-19 misinformation was spread and almost 119 citizens drank ethanol because they thought that's the cure for COVID-19. In various governments, like in Zimbabwe, Robert Mugabe had banned the internet which helped Zimbabwe to come out of crisis. These are just a few examples. There are plenty of many.
Judges. May I ask you, what's the time now? Sorry? I guess you're wrong because it's time for a change. It's time for a revolution. Let's start with our neighboring country, China. China is a communist country. I agree that. But we have seen that China has a probability of 0.1% of having a protest because the governance style is so adequate that they completely support their population in terms of providing healthcare and providing support towards their workers class. Where, if you take another example, in India, we have seen a certain protest. But if you take an example of right now, Operation Sindoor, which was a 10-day operation. Here, would the government focus on conflict with another nation, or would they see in Maharashtra where a language barrier is discriminating Indians? Should we see in United India, or should we a diverse India?
All my dear friends sitting in front of me, now I know that you all need the internet like it's your oxygen. But hold up, we are talking about national security here. We have to get our priorities straight. And for that, we have to make sure that our nation is safe, sound, secure. For example, if you take Article 371 in Kashmir, there were so many deepfakes, so many AI-generated documents which were generated about Article 371 and they were all fake. But this worked because it stirred discontent among the Kashmiris. So please, let's just make sure that this national security doesn't take a backlog for the internet. Everyone, let me tell you, if your nation is facing a national crisis, emergency, everyone is fighting for it. And because of this internet disrupt, some states are fighting with the language barriers. Does it actually make sense? No, not at all. When you should be a responsible citizen, you're just fighting like cats there. Do you feel this is right? Let me just get some answers on.
But internet is good for connection, but it can also be disrupting. For example, how my fellow partners said that it is right that the internet should be banned during national emergencies as it spreads misinformation. Also during the Operation Sindoor, it leads to cyber attacks and internet shutdown diverts the governments. The patriotism should be the priority. So our conclusion comes to that internet should be banned during national emergencies.
Let's be clear. We all are here to be responsible citizens. And the best way to be responsible citizens is to actually contribute in your nation's safety. Because you know what citizenship means. It means being a patriot. And let's be clear. If you are letting your thirst for the internet be at your forefront instead of your national safety, that's not patriotism. Let's all be responsible Indians and make sure that yes, internet should be shut down during national emergencies. Thank you everyone for lending your valuable time.
Good afternoon everyone, and today our subject is, can international organizations like the UN interfere in a country's internal crisis?
You may start.
Good afternoon everyone present over here. Today we are going to speak on the subject, can international organizations like the UN interfere in a country's internal crisis?
UN can interfere in situations when the international peace is threatened.
But UN members like US, UK, which are well here, they cannot misuse the power of UN.
But it cannot take over control over the government. It can just provide support. For example, if the PM has announced or the President has announced an emergency or internal crisis are there in the country, then UN can interfere and solve it.
The UN can provide support to the refugees of war-torn countries.
According to the Article 27 of UN, UN cannot interfere in a situation where international peace is harmed.
For example, there were a war between Russia and Ukraine. So to make the Treaty of Peace, the UN interfered and made a solution of the Treaty of Peace, which helped to resolve their problem and internal crisis between the different two countries.
UN can only interfere only in matter of only UN countries.
Countries which are not members of UN, the UN cannot interfere in their matters.
I have one question that union have rights to interfere in any country critical in internal crisis, but how? The on different countries have their different democratic systems. They have their internal different crises, but how the union can able to interfere in the country crisis? They own. The countries know what are the crises in their countries. They have the solution on that. They have to discuss. But how the union can able to interfere in that organization or country?
There are two aspects, yes and a no. So, like a coin has two sides. So, yes, UN can interfere in internal matters when situations are worse, but it cannot take over the control over the government. It can just provide support.
As you can see, here are 5 minds which cannot agree to a same point. So how can huge countries like India and other countries agree on a common point? So there should be an organization to make treaties.
What is the conclusion?
In conclusion, we can say there are two aspects, yes and a no. Yes, UN can interfere, but only when the situations are worse. Otherwise, it cannot take over control over the government. Thank you.
And the eliminated team in this round. As per the score now, for BRICS it is 52 points, NATO 55 points, WHO 54 points, UN 52 points, UNEP 61 points. Congratulations.
That's my note.